Hi everybody, Kylie Fagnano, registered dietitian here with Strata Nutrition. Last week we were talking a little bit about what it looks like to plan out how you want to try to heal your gut. Now, I'm speaking about healing your gut because that's what I do, but you could take these conversations and apply them to any part of your health. You could probably take these conversations and apply them to most things. We're going to talk about gut health here because that's what I do. That's how I can be helpful to you in this part of your health. And a lot of what we were talking about last week was, what do you want? What does your world and your reality look like now? And what do you want it to look like? And what are you willing to do to be able to get there? And what I want to talk about a little bit this week is a couple other decisions that you're going to want to make sure you ask yourself so that you have answers to them. That way, when it is time for you to seek out working with somebody, you know exactly what to ask. You can't possibly know what you don't know. And there's going to be part of that that's inherently going to still be in play. But having some answers for yourself to some of these questions is going to be an enormous starting point, and it's going to really, really help you dial in who you want to say yes to and who you want to say no to when it comes to finding the right type of person to work with. So I think a really great thing to ask yourself and to consider is, what type of support are you looking for? How do you feel supported when you're asking for help? Do you want to be taught? Are you the type of person who really likes to understand the nuances and the mechanisms of why somebody is telling you to do something? Or are you the type of person who doesn't want to know all of the details, you just want to know what to do? Are you looking to put in a lot of work? Are you looking for long-term solutions, or are you just looking for a quick fix? Now, I want to be clear about that. That's fine if you are looking for a quick fix. But what it's going to help determine is who you are going to work with. For example, I do not offer very many quick fix solutions in my practice because that's not what I do. But somebody else might. And so that would be a good thing for you to understand and know for yourself. You would not want to say yes to working with me because I'm going to be shooting for the long-term goals, the long-term success. And if that's not where you are right now, then that wouldn't be a good fit for us. And that's okay. But then that's something that you'll know. Do you need to feel heard? It's almost like a stupid question. Of course we need to feel heard, right? But if you are the type of person who has had, or if you are a person who has had experiences in the past with doctors or any other health practitioners, this is not just about doctors, who don't listen to you, who bring you in and say, oh, just take some Miralax, it's fine. Here's a paper on a low FODMAP diet. That's what a lot of my clients tell me happens to them. And if you feel really dismissed by that, if you feel really like, man, this person didn't give me the time of day, they don't know anything about me, and they're telling me to do this thing, know that about yourself. And make sure that you're telling somebody, the person who you might potentially be working with, convey that information to them. Make sure that if you get on the phone with me, for example, that you tell me, I've had these really shitty experiences before. I'm unwilling to be put in that scenario again. I want you to know that. Are you the type of person that I'm going to be able to really be open with, to really share things with? Voice these things. Will they be 100% honest with you? Who knows? But at least you can bring it to light. And the really good practitioners are going to tell you. They're going to say, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I understand that you need that. Unfortunately, that isn't how I run my practice, so I don't think this will be a good fit. When people call me and are looking for pieces of nutrition or pieces of their health that I'm not awesome at helping them with, I tell them and I say, you know what? That's not my jam. I'm not amazing at helping people get results in that area, but here's somebody who is. I think you should call them. The good ones are going to do that. So voice what you need. You can't voice what you need if you don't know what that is. So ask yourself these questions. Do you want to be working one-on-one with somebody? Is that how you feel you get the most results? I know that's how I am. I work really well when I have full-on attention from somebody who's totally diving into me and my case. I learn anything the best in that sort of setting. Maybe you're the type of person who works really, really well one-on-one. One-on-one. Maybe you're the type of person who works really well in a group. Maybe you like a little of both, where you get that one-on-one attention, where you know you're kind of like doing a little dive into something, but then you get this community of people who are all doing the same exact thing that you are, and you can get support from them too. You can feel like you're not alone, like you're a part of something. These are important things to ask yourself. You need to be able to say and understand what you need before you even stand a chance at stumbling across the perfect person to work with you. That being said, there's going to be other things that come up as you move through these questions for yourself. It's going to make everything even more obvious. And I'm gonna say this too. Don't settle for working with somebody who isn't going to get you where you want to go. I know that the conversation of insurance and money is a huge one. So I'll ask you this question, and we might have talked about this last week as well, but it's an important question because I think it puts things in perspective. How much, put a number on it, how much is your health worth to you? Some of you might actually be able to place a number, and that's a great guide, you know? I know that I can't. I couldn't possibly put a monetary value to my health, to my well-being. It's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. But that's how I feel. Think about what that means for yourself. And then start comparing it to things. Like, for example, how much would you be willing to pay to have your bathroom remodeled? How much would you be willing to pay to buy a new car, or for a down payment on a home, or on a fancy dinner, or a birthday gift, or that little black dress, you know? Start realizing what price points am I willing to say yes to for other things, and then allow that to help inform where does your health fall on that scale. Where are you actually placing your priorities? Where does it belong? Are you comfortable with that, maybe? Or do you need to restructure? Do you need to become a little bit more clear on what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to, on what you're currently experiencing in terms of health and gut health, and where you want to be? Importantly also is that can change, and it should, and it will. Your priorities will and should shift all the time based on the thousands of variables that are always happening. The layers, right? The layers that come into play when we're talking about our health. So I want to leave you with those questions, and I want you to take some time to really sit with yourself and think about that. Jot them down. Jot down the answers. Jot down the numbers. And then when you get on the phone or when you're on an email looking for the right person, make sure that you take their answers to these questions into consideration. Do not settle. You have one body and you have this one life to enjoy it. Why would you not get exactly what you need? And there are people who exist who are there to help you do that. Cheering for you guys, always, always.